Hey guys, welcome to today's session. I am just getting set up on Discord as we speak. I would just like to check if my microphone is working. Welcome guys. Can I please have an audio and visual check in the Discord, please? Just confirm whether you can hear me and see my screen and see me, and that would be fantastic, and we can jump straight into today's session. I'm also going to check the stream is successfully running on platforms. For some reason, it doesn't look like it is on YouTube, but it actually is. YouTube's a funny old thing. Let's take a look. Doesn't look like it's going through on YouTube. There we go. Yeah, correct. Awesome. Thank you for confirming, Reed. So welcome, guys, to today's session. If you haven't been to one of these sessions before, this is where we basically give you a Darwinex Zero 101. We have a bird's eye view of the company, everything that we do, everything that we offer to traders, and why every trader should be trading at Darwinex Zero. My name's Kieran, and I'm head of UK growth and business development for Darwinex and Darwinex Zero. And if you haven't heard of Darwinex before, we are a regulated broker and asset manager. We are regulated in 3 separate jurisdictions. So we're regulated by the FCA in the UK, by the CNMV in Spain, and also by the FSA in the Seychelles. We currently have over $100 million invested on the Darwinex marketplace. This is third-party capital, so this isn't Darwinex's capital. This is investors, whether it be wealth managers, hedge funds, family offices, private retail, or high net worth clients. And we also have over 10,000 active strategies. And note we call our traders strategies because we do have quite a few traders who are trading multiple systems through Darwinex. Our main job as a company is to scale our traders. So we want to bring more capital to you as a trader, regardless of your strategy or regardless of what asset class that you trade. That's our only job, and that is going to be our goal for the next 5 to 10 years, is to scale capital and bring it to all of you guys who are trading at Darwinex. Now, let's start from the very beginning. What is Darwinex Zero? So Darwinex Zero is the only place where you can become a professional asset manager and access third-party investor capital with zero risk. And we say zero risk not just from a monetary perspective, but there's zero risk of putting any additional effort into your trading. We're not asking you to go out and network with investors. We're not asking you to learn how to sell or pitch yourself to investors. We will bring investment and then capital to you as long as you can trade. And there's also the zero risk from a monetary perspective because we don't ask you to deposit capital into a broker through Darwinex Zero. Secondly, you can develop as a trader and build your own fund eventually. So you can go through our roadmap, let's say, where you start trading with Darwinex Zero. You can eventually migrate to Darwinex Classic, which is our live FCA regulated broker. And then eventually through Darwinex Pro, you could run your own hedge fund through the Darwinex ecosystem. And what's important to note is that you can access this or access all of our services using a live account with our regulated broker or virtual capital through Darwinex Zero, which brings you zero risk. It's completely dependent on how you want to operate as a trader and how you want to approach your journey with Darwinex Zero. Now, as you can see on the screen right now, we do have a roadmap to becoming I don't like the word capitalized trader. Let's say professional asset manager. We can change this roadmap to become a professional asset manager. So you can see the very left, we have the first stage, which is the calibration phase. Now, the calibration phase isn't a pass or fail assessment that we run on our traders, but it's a period of time where we learn about your trading behavior. So if you're unaware, we have a proprietary risk engine that runs 24/7, monitoring all of the traders on our platforms, whether you're trading with a live account through Darwinex or a virtual account through Zero. It monitors every single trader's exposure 24/7, akin to how a risk manager would at a professional prop desk or a hedge fund. Now, what this will do is it will learn how you trade. So it will understand your behavior, understand your exposure. And then when your Darwin gets created, which is your account with Darwinex Zero, it is risk adjusted by the risk engine. So the risk engine will understand that trader A operates at X risk level and we need to get it to Y risk level. so that it suits our investors' needs and investors' expectations. So that's what that period of time is for. Nothing more, nothing less. It will update over time, but the calibration phase is a 3-week period, so we tend to get a good gauge on what you are like as a trader. So how frequently you trade, how much risk you take, how much size you put on, etc. As I mentioned, that takes about 3 weeks. It can take longer if you're sporadic with your trading, or you change your approach, or if your risk is all over the place. It can take a little bit longer. But after the 3-week period or so, you then get your Darwin created. As soon as your Darwin is created, you start on the first step on this roadmap, which is your permanent allocation. So if you're unaware, towards the back end of last year, we released something called the permanent allocations. And then we followed it up with something called an instant allocation. And what this is, which we'll go into in more detail in a moment, is a €100,000 permanent allocation. It is what it says on the tin. It's an allocation that sits on your account and will never leave. So even if you're going to draw down or take your time, we're not going to pull that €100,000 from your account. You can go into 20, 30, 50% drawdown. I'm hoping that you wouldn't, but you can do that. And the permanent allocation would still be active. Now, of course, you will only earn high performance fees on a high watermark basis. So you do have to consistently be profitable and making money over an extended period of time. But we will pay you for the whole lifetime. The only way you will lose your permanent allocation is if you cancel your subscription with Darwinex Zero. Now, running alongside that, every trader on our platform is entered into our monthly leaderboard or monthly competition called DarwinIA. There's 2 levels. There's DarwinIA Silver and there's DarwinIA Gold. DarwinIA Silver is where every trader is placed. Oh, I thought I was going to... I had a sneeze coming then. Still got... No, there we go. It's gone. Apologies for that. Every trader on the platform is trading through the DarwinIA Silver level. And we'll get onto how you can get to DarwinIA Gold in a moment. But DarwinIA Silver is basically a monthly leaderboard that holds all the traders on our platform. And you are competing against each other essentially to earn capital each month. Now, what we do at the end of each month, every trader gets a score and you're placed on the leaderboard based on your current month's return, your previous 5 months return, and your previous 6 months drawdown. So it's very performance related. It's very meritocratic. At the end of the month, dependent on your score, you will earn a DarwinIA allocation. In DarwinIA Silver, these range from €30,000 all the way up to €365,000, and they last for 3 months on your account. So let's say you get allocated at the end of June, you will then have that allocation for July, August, and September. They are cumulative, however, so if you then earned another allocation at the end of August, you would then have them stacking up. So you would have 2 allocations for August and September, then your first allocation would fall off, and then you would have the August allocation, or the July allocation, sorry, for another additional month. Now, once you hit a few performance milestones, for example, 20% return with a max return to drawdown ratio of 2.5 and a minimum track record of 8 months, you can get promoted to DarwinIA Gold, which is where our elite traders stand. So there's currently about 250, 260 traders in DarwinIA Gold off the top of my head. This is where things get serious because your monthly allocations now go up to 50,000 to 500,000 euros each per month. And they actually last for 6 months. So that's where you really get the opportunity to scale within DarwinIA. But the main thing is that your Darwin then gets open to investors. So as soon as you get to DarwinIA Gold, your Darwin gets open onto our marketplace, which means from that day forward, you can take investment on. We do have quite a few Darwins who get investment pretty soon after hitting DarwinIA Gold. We've had one, Colin, who is the trader behind TVTA, has literally almost just hit $100,000 in his account. And I believe he hit DarwinIA Gold last month, or was it last month? It was either at the end of May or the end of April, he was promoted to DarwinIA Gold. And less than 2 months later, he's almost at 6 figures in investor capital on top of his DarwinIA allocations. Now, the next step on the roadmap, which we've kind of already covered, is the investors and prop. So as soon as you're in DarwinIA Gold, like I say, you are exposed to our investor marketplace. Your biggest selling point here is your performance. Can you manage drawdown? Are you consistent? Can you generate a return? If you can tick all 3 boxes there, then investors will take notice and investors will provide you with capital. Now, the last step on the roadmap is the Darwinex Index, or the INDX, which will be launching very, very soon, which is our licensed hedge fund. Now, the index is where we invest our own capital and have been doing for the past 5 years into our traders. So what we do, we run it as if it is a hedge fund portfolio, and we allocate capital to our top 100 to 200 traders at any given time. I think at the moment there's just over 100 traders included in the index, and our goal for the next few years now is to scale up the index. We want to bring investor capital in, but instead of giving investors the opportunity to choose who they want to invest in and giving them decision-making fatigue, we can offer them the index and say it's already diversified, it's got a 5-year track record, it's managed on a daily basis, invest, set, and forget. That is the whole point of the index. It benefits us as a business because we can scale, and ultimately as a business we can make more money, which is the goal of every business. Benefits the traders because the more capital we can bring in, the more capital will get spread to our traders. And it benefits the investors because they don't have to make decisions, they don't have to manage their investments, they don't have to choose who they're going to invest their capital with, they don't have to do their due diligence, they just need to look at the record of the index. I feel like I've missed a couple of slides here. Oh no, they're at the end, that's fine. I was moving the presentation around and I thought they was here. So just to recap, the calibration phase, that starts as soon as you sign up and pay your sign-up fee. It takes approximately 3 trading weeks. And after you pass the calibration phase, your Darwin is then eligible for allocations moving forward. The permanent allocations is an add-on. You don't have to have the permanent allocation. It is an additional activation, which you can do within your Darwinex Zero dashboard. You can choose one with a growth target, or you can choose an instant allocation, which is instant. Again, what it says on the tin, I feel like a bit of a sucker explaining these, because the concept is what it is called. The instant allocation, as soon as you've activated it, it will be allocated to your Darwin moving forward. And as I said, it's allocated permanently, so there is no risk of losing that capital allocation. As you can see on the screen right now, we have the different growth targets and the prices for those growth targets. So the instant allocation currently is 1,295 euros, which means as soon as you've activated that, it will therefore be on your account forever with no growth target. So as soon as you paid, it's then active. The 5, 10, 15 and 20% growth targets means as soon as you paid, you have to make 5, 10, 15 or 20% on your Darwin before the 100k becomes available. And you can see for that, it gets cheaper as the higher up the growth target is. To recap DarwinIA Silver and Gold, we have 2 different tiers. Silver being where the majority of our traders are, gold being where the elite are. They're run as a monthly competition, and it is in addition to the permanent allocations. As I mentioned, your rating in DarwinIA Silver is based on your current month's return, your previous 5 months return, and your previous 6 months drawdown. Now with DarwinIA Gold, none of this rating matters. It is purely based on your return for that given month. So the more return you have, the higher you're going to rank in the leaderboard, the more capital allocation you're going to receive. Now onto the interesting stuff, the Darwinex Index. Now, what we have right now is thousands of traders all working towards the same goal, which is scaling up in a professional way. Now, where our goal is now, or where our vision is now, is to scale the index so the index becomes its own big thing. It's as I mentioned, just a basket of our top performing Darwins. It's a basket of our best traders within our ecosystem. And as you can see from this returns table, it is one of the most consistent things that you will see in your life. So we've been running it since 2020. It's just had its 5th anniversary, and it is done currently over 225%. This is going live to retail investors very, very soon. It does have a minimum deposit of $10,000 because we're offering it to retail professionals. But, you know, you as a trader have the opportunity to be included in the Darwinex Index if you are consistent enough and profitable enough. And the opportunity with this means that you're infinitely scalable. Our job as a company is to bring more capital. Your job is to perform and get included in the index. I really am excited for the future of the index. I think it's going to be massive. I think it's going to change a lot of opportunity for retail traders. You know, over the past few years, we've had funding companies, we've had different schemes that have come up, but they're very short term. This is something that we want to grow over the next 10, 20, 50 years and allow our traders to grow with that as well. All you have to do as a trader is perform and be consistent. Now, we do have two separate ways of getting into the index or getting investor capital or competing in DarwinIA. And as I mentioned, that's through DarwinX Zero or Darwinex. You may have heard it as Darwinex Classic or Classic in the past. The only difference is Darwinex is our FCA regulated broker, so you trade with a live account. Darwinex Zero is virtual capital. So there's zero risk. You don't have to deposit any capital. However, you have a subscription fee. It's free to trade on Darwinex because, of course, you're going to be paying broker commissions as you would with any broker that you trade with. I'm getting audio. Somebody's saying that they're having audio issues. Can somebody else confirm that you can hear me, please? Would be really appreciative. I hope you've been able to hear me the whole session. Mic's not working. It shows that it's working on Discord. My person's flagging up green. Reed, could you confirm if you can hear me again, please? Can't hear me. How about now? Can you guys hear me now? I'm going to check on one of the streams also. Let's take a look. Okay, I think it might have been Discord only. Can you guys confirm if you can hear me now, please? The stream is working elsewhere, so I apologize for the guys watching on YouTube, Twitter, or sorry, X or Instagram. There seems to be audio issues which are isolated to Discord, but I'm presuming it's working again now. I've restarted my microphone, so it should be better. Not sure we're hearing you. Okay, I'm not sure why that's. I'm not sure why that's happening. Just trying to disconnect and reconnect. Hey guys, can you hear me now? My icon's flashing green again. So I'm not sure. Oh well, we'll carry on the session because it is going to be recorded on X and YouTube. Okay, they're still saying that the audio isn't working. It's frustrating. This is Discord for you. Okay. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'll send you guys the link to the YouTube stream. Right, let's carry on because we were steaming ahead. Thank you for confirming, Vincenzo. I appreciate that. So, as I was saying, there's two ways to pay for the service. You pay through broker commissions by trading a live account through Darwinex Classic, or you pay a subscription fee to trade with zero risk and receive a virtual account through Darwinex Zero. The path is the same. You compete in DarwinIA the same. There's no preferential treatment from one to the other. And then eventually, hopefully, it doesn't matter which account you choose, you get to the end goal of scaling up investor capital. The only difference is the way you pay for the service. However, having said that, is if you trade through Darwinex Zero and then you decide at some point that you don't want to pay a subscription fee anymore, or that you're confident enough to trade with a live account, you can migrate your track record at any time from Darwinex Zero to Darwinex. So essentially what we'll do is we'll take your track record from trading with a virtual account and we'll implement that to your live account on Darwinex. So as soon as you've migrated your account over, we will copy your track record so that you don't lose your progress, even though you want to therefore trade with a live account. We also give you fantastic trading stats and insights, and I actually run a session on a weekly basis every Wednesday where we go over these statistics and we look at different ways to develop your strategy. They're fantastic sessions. They're my favorite session to run every single week. I usually get somebody from the audience to give me their Darwin or give me their account, where I look at it and we take a look at some real examples of how they can implement new changes or improvements to their trading strategies. During the YouTube stream, seems Discord is not working. We also have a fantastic trading community. We have over 10,000 like-minded traders currently in our Discord. I think it's about 10,300 right now. We do have a partner program, so we're always looking to work with new traders who align with our vision, who believe in the same things that we believe in, and who are, empowering other traders to do the same. So if you want to be a partner of Darwinex Zero and work closely with us, whether you have a community of traders, a course, or whether you have a YouTube, whatever it may be, if you have influence, obviously we would love to work with you. So please just reach out to us. The best place to get in touch would be through Discord. Just direct message me on Discord. My name's Kieran, or message us on any social media profile and we can jump on a call and discuss our partner program. And if you also want to spread the word about Darwinex Zero, we do have a member get member scheme. So if you refer your friends or your family or somebody off Reddit, whoever it may be, we will reward you with a 3-month subscription by just sharing your member get member code. Your client or your referee will get a discount for their first month, and you will get a 3-month subscription. The Discord's playing around. And finally, I just want to say, let's stay in touch. So we're always welcoming feedback. We always want to hear from you guys. We're here because you're here. We want to scale our traders. We want to scale our business over the coming years. We've got big plans for the index, and I hope to see many of you traders joining the index at some point. All you have to do is be consistent. All you have to do is take the best trades, and we will do the rest. So thank you all for joining the session. I'm just going to check if there's any questions now. Discord, of course, is down, so there's not going to be any questions there. So I'm going to shut that down now. But I'm just going to take a look through, see if there's any questions on any of the social media platforms. Hi, it's possible to finish the calibration phase and win allocation immediately. Yes, Diego. Yes, it is possible. Once you finish the calibration phase, it's not like an instant thing. You would therefore be competing in DarwinIA as soon as you've finished your calibration. I, for example, finished the calibration on one of my accounts at the end of May. I think it was like the 26th or 27th of May. And I ended up getting allocated in that same month. So at the end of May, I got capital allocation. So yes, you can do that if your performance is good. Capital allocation is all about your performance though. So, if you don't perform, you won't get capital. It's as simple as that. But if you do perform, there's no kind of limit on how fast you can get allocated. Okay, so that looks like it was the only question for this session. So if you do have any further questions, please, as I say, don't hesitate to reach out. You can find me on Discord. I recommend you join our Discord anyway. It's full of traders all supporting each other. you know, and I'm in there all the time anyway. So if you want direct access to the team, join the Discord, feel free to direct message me. If not, just message us on social media or comment on any of our videos or any of our posts, and I'll always get back to you. So guys, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Have a great evening, a great rest of your week, and hopefully see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. UK time for the strategy development session. Have a great one, guys. Peace out.